Happy New Year. For today's Tuesday Toolbox, we're going to talk about and practice some reflection. There's actually a Harvard Business Review article and study that shows and proves that if you reflect at the end of every day, that you can you can be 20% more effective. And if you think about 20% in a week, if you have 5 days, that's one of the days. 20% is one day. And so what if you were able to reflect and have an extra day because you just took some time to think about how did you do things? And so you can reflect and say, what did I do today? But if you reflect and think about how did I do it? And if there are things that went really well, and you can plant the seed to say, man, that was good. I need to keep doing it that way. Then it reinforces it. And if there's something that you feel like didn't go as well as you wanted it to, and you said, how could I do something differently? What could I do differently? It will plant the seed. So if you're in a similar situation, you can actually act on it differently and be more productive and deal with situations more effectively. But today, since it's the end of the year, I want you to take a deep breath. Maybe take a second deep breath. And then I want you to reflect on your year. And 2024 was a long year and there was a lot of things that going on, but you probably have 1 or 2 or 3 things that were pretty major, pretty significant. So think about those things that either that make you cringe and that you think, man, I wish I could have done that differently, or that were incredible and you were so excited that you did that. And how can you think about those things to say, man, in 2025, if I come across those situations, I want to make sure I do it that way again, or I want to make sure I do it a different way. And just take a moment to think about that and to consider that and plant those seeds for yourself as we go into 2025. So I'm going to give you a couple seconds, but you can also do that once the video is off and think about what that might be. And then just think about it. And you might journal, you might make a note that, yeah, these were the 2 things that came across my mind when I was thinking about that. But also I would encourage you, so we kind of are doing this from a big picture for the year, but you might think about, how do I incorporate this into my days? That at the end of every day, I reflect on my day, because it's going to make you more effective, more productive, and more efficient over time if you make this a regular practice. So I encourage you to think about reflection, incorporate it into your habits. And next week, we're actually going to talk about visioning the future. Have a great week. And if you want to share any insights you had from your reflection, would love to see them in the comments. Have a great week.